At 64, gospel legend Fred Hammond has kept much of his personal life private, but now his wife has finally broken her silence, and what she revealed has fans stunned. Rumors, speculation, and unanswered questions have swirled around their relationship for years, but her candid statements are changing everything. Could this be the most revealing insight we've ever had into Fred Hammond's private life? Social media is buzzing, and the truth behind the silence might shock even the most devoted fans. Fred Hammond has long been celebrated as one of gospel music's most influential voices, known for his powerful songs and timeless performances. Yet, despite his public persona, very little has been shared about his personal life until now. Recently, Fred Hammond's wife spoke out, addressing years of speculation, rumors, and unanswered questions about their relationship. Her statements have ignited conversations across social media, leaving fans eager to know the full story. In this video, we'll break down exactly what she revealed, explore how her statements clarify Fred Hammond's private life, and examine the reactions from fans and the gospel community. We'll also look at the context behind their marriage, past controversies, and why this revelation is significant at this stage in his life and career. By the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of the truths, the myths, and the untold details surrounding one of gospel music's most iconic figures. But before we dive into all the details, there's one crucial question. Why did Fred Hammond remain silent for so long, and why choose now to let his wife speak on his behalf? The answer sheds light on a story much deeper than headlines, and it's exactly what makes this revelation so compelling. For decades, Fred Hammond has been a towering figure in gospel music, admired not only for his incredible talent, but also for the respect and admiration he commands within the industry. Yet, despite his fame, he has been notoriously private when it comes to his personal life. Fans and the media alike have long wondered about the man behind the music, his relationships, his family, and the truths that he chooses not to share publicly. This silence, while protecting his privacy, has also sparked endless speculation. Over the years, rumors circulated about his marital status, relationships, and even personal challenges. Social media threads dissected every public appearance, every interview, and every cryptic post, with fans trying to piece together the real story. Some speculated about challenges in his marriage, while others assumed that his quiet demeanor was a sign of secrecy or scandal. This prolonged ambiguity created an environment where curiosity and gossip could thrive, and the lack of clarification only amplified the intrigue. Adding to the speculation was Fred Hammond's rare approach to interviews. Unlike many celebrities who willingly share personal anecdotes, he focused almost exclusively on his music, ministry, and public projects. This professional discretion earned him respect, but also left a vacuum that fans naturally tried to fill with their assumptions. For years, his private life remained off limits, and the public was left guessing, creating a pressure cooker environment for speculation. Then, after years of unanswered questions, Fred Hammond's wife stepped into the spotlight to address the lingering rumors. Her decision to speak was not just a casual announcement, it was a carefully timed revelation that changed the conversation entirely. By finally breaking the silence, she offered fans a glimpse into their personal life, shedding light on long-standing mysteries while also clarifying misunderstandings that had persisted for decades. But what she revealed was far more than just mundane details of daily life. It was an intimate and candid portrayal of a relationship that has weathered years of public scrutiny, personal challenges, and professional pressures. And just when fans thought they understood the dynamics of Fred Hammond's private life, her words introduced twists that nobody saw coming, leaving viewers hanging on every detail. When Fred Hammond's wife finally broke her silence, the gospel community and fans alike were captivated. Her statements were detailed, heartfelt, and filled with insights that had been missing for years. For the first time, she addressed the rumors, clarified misconceptions, and offered a personal perspective on their marriage that shed light on both the challenges and the triumphs of their life together. One of the key revelations centered around the unwavering strength of their marriage. Despite decades in the public eye, constant travel, and the pressures of fame, she emphasized that their relationship has endured because of mutual respect, understanding, and faith. She recounted how they have navigated misunderstandings and external pressures while maintaining a strong bond, something that many fans may not have realized given the occasional speculation surrounding their marriage. She also touched on the rumors that had circulated about Fred Hammond over the years. While she did not provide sensational accusations, she directly addressed the persistent whispers, making it clear which assumptions were false. Her approach was measured, yet firm, giving fans clarity without feeding into tabloid-style drama. This balance reinforced their credibility and highlighted the importance of setting the record straight in a world where misinformation can spread rapidly. Another striking part of her revelation was her discussion of why Fred remained silent for so long. According to her, it wasn't a matter of secrecy or avoiding transparency. It was a deliberate choice to protect their private life. They wanted to ensure that their relationship was lived authentically, without being distorted by public opinion or social media speculation. This explanation offered a rare glimpse into the intentional decisions that public figures make to shield their personal lives while still engaging with a global audience. She also shared personal anecdotes that highlighted their partnership beyond the public eye. From managing family responsibilities to supporting each other's professional endeavors, these stories painted a picture of a marriage built on collaboration, faith, and deep mutual respect. Fans were able to see that the bond between Fred and his wife is rooted in reality, not just appearances, which contrasted sharply with the sometimes sensational narratives that had circulated online. Yet her statements weren't just about defense. They also contained hints of unresolved questions. Certain moments suggested there were aspects of their story that remained private, leaving fans both satisfied with the clarification and curious for more. These subtleties created a natural suspense. While some mysteries were answered, others lingered, keeping the audience engaged and eager to see if additional details would emerge in future interviews or statements. Her revelations did more than address rumors. They reframed the narrative around Fred Hammond's personal life, emphasizing honesty, integrity, and the complexity of maintaining a marriage in the public spotlight. And just when viewers thought they had the full picture, subtle hints in her tone and choice of words hinted that there might be more to the story, moments that could spark new discussions and debates in the gospel and entertainment communities. Fred Hammond's wife, breaking her silence, sent shockwaves far beyond just his immediate fan base. Once her statements were made public, social media erupted with reactions, ranging from admiration to skepticism, creating a digital firestorm that showed just how invested people are in the lives of gospel legends. On platforms like Instagram and Twitter, fans expressed both relief and excitement. Many praised her courage and transparency, noting that she gave them clarity about Fred Hammond's personal life that had been absent for decades. Comments such as, "Finally, the truth we've been waiting for," and "It's refreshing to hear honesty from someone so private," filled the threads, reflecting a strong sense of appreciation for her candidness. For longtime followers, this confirmation of stability in Fred's marriage was both reassuring and inspiring, demonstrating that commitment and faith can endure under the glare of public scrutiny. At the same time, some fans remained skeptical. A portion of the audience questioned whether the timing of her statements was intentional, suspecting that it could coincide with upcoming projects, tours, or public appearances by Fred Hammond. Others wondered if the revelation omitted key details, leaving certain aspects of their private life deliberately vague. This mixture of admiration and doubt created an ongoing dialogue, keeping the story alive and trending on social media. The gospel community responded with a mix of respect and intrigue. Fellow artists and industry figures acknowledged the difficulty of maintaining privacy while being in the public eye. Many applauded her for speaking out in a measured, non-sensational manner, reinforcing the values of integrity and discretion often emphasized in gospel culture. Her candidness sparked conversations among other gospel musicians and fans alike about the challenges of balancing fame, ministry, and personal life, highlighting how rarely these stories are told with such honesty. Interestingly, the response also revealed the deep emotional investment of Fred Hammond's fan base. For decades, his music has inspired millions, and his reputation as a humble, devoted individual made the public intensely curious about his offstage life. The revelation provided a rare glimpse behind the curtain, showing that even someone as revered as Fred Hammond navigates complexities, pressures, and personal decisions that fans rarely see. Moreover, the subtle hints she dropped during her statements left room for speculation and engagement. Certain phrases suggested that while major truths were shared, there were still private stories not yet disclosed. This generated additional conversation online, with fans theorizing about possible behind-the-scenes events or decisions that had previously gone unnoticed. It also created a sense of suspense, as followers anticipated future interviews, statements, or clarifications that could shed more light on the nuances of their marriage. In essence, her confession did more than just clear up rumors. It catalyzed an interactive dialogue between fans, the gospel community, and media outlets. By opening a window into her private life in a controlled and respectful manner, she not only addressed speculation, but also elevated the discourse about transparency, faith, and privacy in the lives of public figures. And yet, even with these revelations and reactions, one question continues to loom. Why now? Why did she decide this was the right time to speak out after decades of silence? The answer to this question could provide the most significant insight into both Fred Hammond's life and the intentions behind their careful management of privacy, a story that becomes even more compelling when we explore the next chapter. One of the most pressing questions surrounding Fred Hammond's wife speaking out is the timing. After decades of privacy, why choose this moment to reveal personal insights about their marriage? Understanding the timing provides a deeper perspective on the dynamics at play, both personally for Fred Hammond and strategically within the public eye. According to her statements, the decision to speak out was deliberate and carefully considered. Years of speculation, rumors, and social media chatter had created a climate where misinformation could flourish unchecked. By finally addressing these topics, she aimed to reclaim the narrative and provide clarity directly from the source, rather than allowing outside speculation to dominate public perception. In her own words, it was about honesty, protecting their reputation, and giving the audience the truth before further distortions could emerge. There is also a professional context to consider. Fred Hammond remains a highly active figure in gospel music, with ongoing tours, new music projects, and public engagements. Releasing this information now could coincide with upcoming endeavors, serving as a way to control the story before it intersects with promotional campaigns or public appearances. By managing the narrative proactively, they prevent potential controversies from overshadowing Fred's work, ensuring that the focus remains on his music and ministry rather than unfounded speculation. Furthermore, the timing reflects maturity and confidence in their relationship. At 64, Fred Hammond has reached a stage in life where privacy is both a choice and a necessity. His wife's statement suggests that their bond is strong and they no longer feel the need to conform to public expectations or appease curious audiences. Instead, the revelation emphasizes authenticity and agency, demonstrating that they are in control of how their story is shared. The strategic timing also intersects with a cultural moment. Social media scrutiny has intensified over the years, and audiences now have access to every aspect of celebrities' lives. By speaking out in a calm, controlled manner, Fred Hammond's wife not only addresses lingering rumors, but also models a way for public figures to navigate fame with integrity. She is showing that it's possible to engage with the public while maintaining boundaries and dignity, a lesson that resonates with fans, industry peers, and aspiring artists alike. And yet, despite the careful timing and strategic approach, the revelation leaves room for suspense. While major questions were answered, subtle hints suggest there are still private aspects of their lives that remain unspoken. These deliberate omissions keep the audience engaged, sparking curiosity and discussion. Fans are left wondering, are there further personal stories to be shared? Will Fred Hammond himself speak directly, or will his wife continue to represent the family narrative? This timing and strategic decision-making are crucial to understanding the full impact of the revelation. It's not simply about answering rumors, it's about framing the story on their terms, reinforcing their legacy, and maintaining control over how their personal and professional lives are perceived. Beyond clarifying rumors and addressing public speculation, Fred Hammond's wife offered profound insights into their marriage that reveal the character of both Fred and their relationship. These reflections go beyond surface-level details, providing fans with a rare glimpse into the values, challenges, and mutual respect that underpin their decades-long partnership. She emphasized that their marriage has always been grounded in faith, communication, and shared goals. For Fred Hammond, ministry and music are central to his identity, but his wife highlighted that he also prioritizes their family and their bond above public perception. This balance is a cornerstone of their relationship. She shared examples of how Fred navigated career pressures while remaining attentive and supportive at home, demonstrating that his devotion extends far beyond his public persona. Another key insight focused on resilience. She spoke about the challenges of maintaining a marriage under constant scrutiny. Being in the public eye exposes personal moments to judgment, criticism, and misunderstanding. Through it all, she described how both she and Fred relied on faith, patience, and open communication to remain united. These stories of navigating misunderstandings and external pressures highlight a level of maturity and emotional intelligence that many fans may not have appreciated before. She also shed light on Fred Hammond's humility and discretion. Unlike many public figures who feel compelled to share every detail of their lives, Fred has historically chosen silence as a form of protection for himself, his wife, and their family. His wife's revelations contextualize this choice, showing it not as evasiveness, but as a deliberate decision to safeguard their personal life. This discretion, she explained, has been a key factor in maintaining the integrity of their marriage over the years. Importantly, her candidness illustrated a mutual respect that defines their relationship. She recounted moments of support, understanding, and compromise, revealing a partnership built on collaboration rather than performance. These stories resonated deeply with fans because they offered a counter-narrative to the drama-driven portrayals often found in celebrity culture. Here, love is quiet, steadfast, and principled, rather than performative or designed for public consumption. Yet, even within these insights, a sense of suspense remains. While she shared meaningful anecdotes, there were hints of experiences that remain private, intentionally kept out of public view. This creates an air of intrigue. What are the untold moments that have shaped their marriage? Are there challenges they've overcome that the public hasn't yet seen? This balance between revelation and discretion keeps audiences engaged, providing both clarity and curiosity. By sharing these personal insights, Fred Hammond's wife not only humanizes the gospel icon, but also reframes the narrative surrounding their marriage. Fans gain a deeper appreciation of his character, the foundation of their relationship, and the intentional choices that have allowed them to thrive both personally and professionally. And just when it seems like the full picture is emerging, subtle hints suggest that there may be more layers to their story, details that could further deepen our understanding of this iconic couple.